All right, boys and girls, we're here with another episode of the People's Podcast. As it goes in the key announcements for the league, hop in, grab a drink, have a seat. We got some great topics of conversation today. We're going to get into a little bit of the PR rankings that came out recently, the top 32. We'll get some instant reactions from those. We'll get some LP league gameplay sliders, kind of feedback from you guys, the people that are watching the pod. Definitely comment and give us feedback. So, with that being said, our first co-host, well, he's officially a co-host now at this point, the Hall of Famer for Legacy. It's none other than Toucan, the General. Welcome, sir.
How's it going? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. It's always good to be in the presence of a Hall of Famer, man. Glad to have you here. Congratulations again on the nod.
Thank you.
And you're on the power ranking team. So you listen, you're involved in all of it right now.
That I am.
And then also joining from the PR committee team, we have Mr. MK, who's with us and not with us. He's in and out a little bit. MK, how you doing, sir?
Hello. Doing good.
Welcome to the show. We have two secret potential guests that may be joining us a little later. So we'll get them added on when they hop on. But first and foremost, how's everybody doing? How's the week been for everybody?
Been good. Can't complain. Can't wait for the weekend. I think everyone's the same way.
MK, how's school? I said you told me you were doing math homework.
Yeah, third day. It's going all right. We have some problems, but hey, it'll be all right.
Be all right. There you go. Spoken like a true guy. There you go. It'll be all right. All right, guys. So we're gonna jump into it. So the 32 user ranking recently got published. You know, you guys are on the committee.
List.
I know Toucan was driving, and all he saw was it got posted. So, you know, Toucan may be giving us a little blind reaction to it a little bit as well. Now that he's a couple days later seen it, but kind of take me behind the scenes, MK. What was some of the conversation like between you, Primetime, you know, Cody, as you guys were coming up with this top 32 user?
It was really we had to come up with like how we're gonna grade them. You know, it is a new Madden, so what we did is we went off of chances to win division and to like make the Super Bowl. That's why like some guys are super far down because the team like they could be a really good user, but their team sucks and it's gonna take them a year or two to get there. So it's like that's why Water isn't 1 or 2 right now. It's because really the Colts have more upside. I mean, the Cardinals are a really good team, but it's still like there's still some better teams of users that are also not as good as him, but like around that range, like DK, Jalen, Aloha, which the Raiders suck too, but
not as bad as the Cardinals.
That's kind of how we grade them. I mean, if you're going player for player, the Raiders team is probably way better than the Cardinals. But yeah, Roy, because that Panthers team is actually stacked if you look at it the right way. But these are his skill too. So, but it was hard because me and Prime haven't played some of these guys on this list, so we couldn't really judge them off of skill also.
Right.
With some
now,
stuff,
I'm going to ask you a couple questions here. So, you got the Raiders, which, again, it's not a phenomenal roster, right? So like that, are we rewarding Aloha from a skill set standpoint here with that 4 ranking and Water 5?
So Water, really, it's DK has the highest chances if you look at this, and it's like Jalen, but Aloha, even with DK in his division, his chances are pretty high for Super Bowl because, I mean, the best team in this division is the Chiefs and Dark. has a not saying dark pad, but that kind of knocks down. And then the Charger squad, it's a good squad, but it does have some holes. Like the linebackers aren't as good as they need to be. But Aloha will find a way, and especially with the Raiders, they still got a solid core with Devontae, Josh, two really good edge rushers. What came up is why he was over Waters, because he has two X factor edge rushers, or it was Dev the edge rushers, which
And Chandler Jones and Crosby.
Yeah, Crosby. And if he trades them, well, this is all pre-trades, base teams. If he trades them, he could drop a lot, but I mean, we're trying.
I can kind of see why Aloha was ranked that high, though. That team suits him. Like, it fits him well, his play style. It fits him fine. That's why I can see him ranked over Water.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so as you drop down a little bit more and look at, let's look at 6 through 13 or so. You got Toucan with the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
You have myself, Kincaid's there. You got Lamp, Savage, JJ. Now JJ was an interesting one. He hasn't played. When was the last time he played in Legacy? I don't recall. In the 5 seasons that I was there, that he was there. Was he there prior to the reboot? Toucan MK. You guys may
he
know a little
was
more of that.
He was the second reboot. I'm pretty sure he was the Falcons, and then that league got destroyed. And I think he took a break because I know he's got his traveling. You see him posting about his kids all the time. So I think he took a hiatus. And plus, I think he's pissed off at Madden always having to reboot. But when he played that year, if I remember correctly, he wasn't highly ranked, like record-wise, because he was always on the go with his kids. So he didn't really have time to play his kids.
Okay, so it wasn't really a true reflection of his skill set. Gotcha.
No, I don't think so.
Now, the one that kind of surprised me on here a little bit was seeing Dark down at 16, knowing that he's got a Patty Mahomes now, which basically becomes who was his quarterback before? Hammer?
Gary Hammer.
Yeah, kind of like a Hammer clone for a guy who loves to throw the ball deep. So seeing him at 16 was a little questionable. What MK? What'd you guys think?
So, personally, I think Dark is a good user, but last year his division, even with Toucan, his division this year is way better than last year, even with Toucan, because I suck. So I was 2 free wins, except for the year he didn't have, Gary Hammer. Toucan beat him multiple times, except for once maybe, and then Chase and him could throw up games, but yeah. So it's a harder division, especially DK, Aloha, and A-Rod. Even though A-Rod has the Broncos, it's still gonna be a competitive game unless A-Rod dismantles that whole Denver squad. But
yeah, but you have A-Rod ranked down at the 24th.
Because I think A-Rod coming 4th in his division. That's why he was originally around the 20 to 19, and then some guys got moved up because of their odds or people in the divisions. So
I remember ranking him 17, and then they're starting to throw people shit in between. They're like, yeah, he got pushed from 17 to 24.
Yeah.
And I was explaining to him last night when we were playing the Superstar mode, and he's like, why the fuck am I so low? All these people, there's a couple of people I'm better than, and I'm all the way down here. I was like, for one, the last Madden or so, you haven't taken seriously. You disappear or retire. So I was like, I think he's properly rated, especially with the team he's got, but he'll make it better year 2 or 3.
All right, and then you got, Kincaid ranked 8th. I think it's a little low for him, considering how he's been in the league. The the Lions seem to be a decent built team, at least from a Madden perspective. Think about the speed and some of the guys they got. The rookie running back. This, that, and the other. They seem to be built well. What was the thought there of Kincaid in that A spot?
Me and Shooter were in the same division with Kincaid, and we both think he wins the division.
Okay.
And so that kind of gives him high odds already. And Lion Squad is pretty good, but Kincaid, what I was told was he's a busy man, so we don't really know if he'll be 100% in. But also, I think there's a decent amount of users better than him. I think he's top 10, top 12, but that's why he's like, I would take everybody above him to make it to Super Bowl before I take him. And there's chances I would say Lamp also.
He's gonna be
that's
pissed
bold.
for that one. He's gonna be pissed with that one, especially with
Listen
Jorge
to the
being above him.
podcast. He's
Especially with
All
Jorge
right.
being above him.
yeah, probably. All right, so Lamp, my guy,
It's all right.
Lamp at 9th. All the guy does is win. Now against the Falcons, but the Falcons on paper seems like a pretty decent team to play with. I mean, receiver wise, they got some work to do. You know, they got some low overall, some aging guys. I get it. So I mean, I can see that for Lamp there. You know, he's in the middle of a potential, and you know, Lamp will trade every single player off that team. No one on that team will be on that team by the time we come around next year or next season for the Falcons. Besides maybe Robinson. Other than that, and Pitts potentially. Everybody else will be
It's
gone.
definitely.
All right. So what about my dude Shitta? Shitta's at 13 here. Is that because he's on the
So-
PR committee? Is that a
No.
PR committee boost?
It's
Because above prime?
but we did everything in a thread, right? And I'm pretty sure we put Prime at 12 and then Trey and Shooter, and I went and copied the wrong list because like we went through it, then we edited it and we pushed people in. So I think it was a miscommunication, but
I was
and-
shocked. I was shocked to see Prime behind Shitta. Not gonna lie. Actually, I was shocked to see Prime behind Shitta, Trey, and JJ.
yeah. Well, the Prime is a very humble guy. He's a very likable guy. He wanted to be like
but
23rd.
Prime should be up there.
Yeah,
Prime should be up there with the Toucans and myself and King K, Water, because the team he gets. I don't know that it necessarily matters. He's a very good user. He's underrated. He doesn't talk a whole lot. Very humble, like you said, MK. The dude's a good user.
I tried arguing. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You can go ahead.
I tried arguing for Prime. I think I argued with him the most to try. He was like, I should be like ranked 32 because my team's ass. I was like, I think you should be top 5. I was like, that's where you belong.
I agree with you. If I saw him in the top 5, I don't think I'd bat an eye.
I tried arguing with him, but he kept coming. This team's ass. I got nothing. I can't trade for anything. I have no picks. Nothing.
The thing with, I think with Prime is he is a humble guy, but also why he's not, I think why everybody else didn't put him really higher is because his division, it isn't bad, like terrible. Like he has Gordo, and Gordo is, Gordo. And then Jalen, who already kind of has, unless they lose JT, a decently developed team. Meanwhile, Prime, his best wide receiver is Minchie or Dell, and they both, he tried his hardest to get himself put in the 20s, but we were like, you're going to get us crucified if we put you that low. So we try to move him up, but he should be at 12 right now. But it's good.
I can't believe MK just followed a sentence with saying, it's like, the division's not that bad, and then there's Gordo.
Which automatically brings the division way down.
Yeah.
Listen, give the dude credit. He's been throwing for like 700 yards in lab sessions.
Gordo.
I think the Jags are probably one of the better teams, and then
y'all put Gordo fucking 29th.
That's where his user skill and division comes into play.
It's like if I had the Chargers, I would probably still be at 30 because I suck. Not because that team is great, or even the Dolphins. I'll still be super low. It's all about.
So what about my guy Chase? 20th. Now, is Chase a division winner?
Did you get the list?
I see. Yeah, no. We're not revealing it yet. I'm just saying hypothetically, considering where he is in the ranking, he is the first. I think he's the first NFC East team.
Yeah,
he is
on there. So that would make that assumption. that he may be a candidate for the division there at 20. Man, that's again, I know it's Chase, and like I think Chase falls into the same notion that he gets a little bored with Madden and he just kind of goes through the motions and doesn't always take it seriously. But having Chase 20, I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I got an argument with I think a couple people there in the power rankings, especially Shitta. I was like, Toddy. I think Toddy definitely.
MK, turn the porn off.
What?
Go
turn
mute.
the porn off.
All
right, I put him on mute. Go ahead.
But I got an argument with Shitta about where I would rank Chase and Toddy. Me personally, I played Chase the last 2 reboots and the final reboot. So I was like, I know Chase, he's probably already got everyone like traded away. Like his team's probably dismantled 100%. I was like, Toddy's not going to trade. So I would give the edge to Toddy. I got into like a full hour blown argument with Chase and Toddy where I would place those two.
Now, do you think Monta's being ranked above Toddy and Randy being right above? Is that a little jab at Toddy?
I can confirm nor deny that I made a comment in the power rankings to have Randy up right above Toddy.
Oh man! See, and again, we're scheduled to have a special guest here join the show. But when I saw, that's obvious and fully expected. But seeing Randy above Toddy, I don't know. I mean, I at minimum, I think I'd have those two potentially switched. At minimum, I think I'd put Chase near Dark range.
So where you move Dark back? Is what you're saying?
No. I think Dark at 16 is good. I just think there's other people ahead of them that I would move back personally. Like, I mean, to me, JJ moves further back until proven otherwise. Right? He
trade too.
Hasn't really played in the league in a little bit. He's had stuff kind of going on, this and the other. Just on the fact that we haven't been able to see him as proven himself or not, kind of moves him, at least in my opinion, a little bit back. Trey is a tough team. Now, when he was with the Jags, he did a phenomenal job of kind of building that team up. This Patriots team is going to take a little bit of work. Quarterback isn't the very best. That roster overall isn't, which can be a little harder to overcome. Where Dark has a great roster, and I don't know if there's much of a difference between Dark and Trey. I mean, I give Trey the slight edge as a user, but Dark has a phenomenal roster. So I don't know. That's just me. So let's keep going down here. MK, well, I got you here. You can go off of me whenever you want. You're still watching porn. So as we go down to the bottom half here, so you got A-Rod at 24th, which A-Rod's a pretty good user in my opinion. I think he's pretty good. I need that roster. There's another one that has a little bit of work to do, but isn't terrible. When you really look at the roster itself, it's not terrible outside of Russell Wilson's contract.
Yeah, I think they gave him kind of more of that ranking, which I also was in our talks with where to put him as well. I think they gave the 4 or 5 people above him, Todd and Montas on them, because they have a better chance for their division. A-Rod, unfortunately, is not going to win that division. I don't think the whole time, but I think that's why he got moved down so far, because they were like, oh, these guys have a better chance to win their division. Their team's slightly better. And A-Rod's either got to decide to kind of get rid of Russ, rebuild kind of real quick, and then make a push. I think that's why A-Rod was ranked there compared to a couple people above him.
That makes sense. Now, you run into some pretty good teams now with, the Eagles with Vert, Eric with the Bills, Ramrod with the Cowboys, Gordo with the Jags. Bottom 6, that's a little tough.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was talking about, you had Vert 25th, some of these pretty good rosters. Vert 25th, Eric 26th, Ramrod 28th, even Dan, who has the Seahawks, which I think he's a fan of, and then Gordo 29th. Those are all decent rosters. with good guys. What was the thought process with that?
I think more so, like obviously got the better teams, like towards kind of surprising really good teams at the end. But I think they took more into like unfortunate user skill, and I think they got put ranked there. And then obviously the surprise that I was kind of surprised was with Ant, but the last 4 or 5 users are trying to figure out where to like place him. But I think
That
the
Bucks
final,
roster is not bad.
of course, you're a Bucks fan.
No, I know, but
You're
just from
biased.
slightly, but from an overall standpoint, it's not really a bad roster. I mean, there's some rosters ahead of them that's terrible.
Right.
I'll go with the Saints, for example. I don't think the Saints roster is very good. Outside of Olave, you got Olave, you got Lattimore, Taylor, and that's it.
Yeah, not too skilled.
So it's a little tough. MK, I'm glad you're back.
Is it better?
A little better, yeah. We don't hear the butt smacking anymore. We're talking about Ant being 31st here. What was the thought process with this here? Because even the comments here, from the gallery, Chase is commenting saying Ant's got to be the biggest fall on the list. And Chase saying Ant's top 15, no matter what team he has. So from a user skill set, seems like some of the guys seem to rank Ant a little higher here. What was some of the conversation behind the chat?
So despite what somebody would say, nobody said nothing about Ant until we got to the bottom, I think 6 users.
So he was forgotten. He was forgotten.
So he was forgotten. I have played Ant. I don't think I've played Ant. So that is a little fault with the list. Is I think me and Prime, so that's half of the members, haven't played some of these guys. And I've only I've never watched Ant play either because I've never been interested. I think the Texans he was.
No, he was the Seahawks.
He was
Just
the
Cowboys.
Seahawks, yeah.
Too.
And he was the Cowboys also. Yep.
Before the reboot.
That last year he was the Cowboys.
No, the
No, the
last year he
second
was the
reboot, like-
Seahawks. The year before that we went 5 seasons. The year before that he was the Cowboys.
I've only been in the latest reboot, the last year, so that's a little fault. Like guys like JJ, I've never seen play, so it's kind of a Shuda and Aloha chimed in on some people, but I think Ant was just forgotten. I personally think the Bucks team sucks, but I think a lot of their defenders are overrated and aren't really. I mean, they're good in Madden, but I wouldn't say
Listen, Toucan. I'm trying to be better and not meet people with just my own personal bias. Okay, so I'm willing to eat some of this nonsense that MK's talking about.
I think that's a team, and also we don't know what Ant's plan is. Ant's plan, I don't think he's saying I'm winning the Super Bowl. I think really if you're the Bucks, you should want to pick that's decent. But we're going in Super Bowl odds, and making it to number 1 in your division. I think his division has Lamp and has Lamp and Roy, who are top 10 users. So I mean, is he going to come in third every year? It's a real question.
I think that roster day one can compete with those 2 rosters with Lamps and Roy's team. Just a matter if Ant wants to.
I think so too.
It's just a matter if Ant wants to, I guess, or not. Because I know he kind of went MIA. He just kind of did his thing. I know he contemplated retirement a couple times last time. I think he did retire, didn't he? He did retire.
He did, yeah, because that's when Denzello picked up the Seahawks after.
Yeah, I played him and then he retired.
Yep.
I played him for his final game, I'm pretty sure, and he retired. Because I was getting a whole bunch of animations on him. It won't be the first person I retired. But no, nothing against Ant. I think that game went my way. It's one of those games like EA knows like what the outcome of the game, and they're gonna give you everything. I felt bad for Ant.
They picked a winner, and it was over.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think Ant, in my opinion, is easily a top 15 guy. To me, and I say that because I've played against Ant, but I haven't played against JJ, right? And JJ was ranked 11th, and no one's seen him play in a minute. So there's a little respect given to JJ. You know, Primetime hasn't played him. MK, you never played him. I don't know that Toucan has played him recently.
No, last time I played him was like maybe like November, December.
So almost a full calendar year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where I think Ant, you know, I think most people have played Ant, know Ant from a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. I think if Shitta and Ant played, Shitta loses 10 out of 10 times to Ant.
So I think Toucan might have missed this, but with JJ, we were getting, I think, to the number 10 to 13 spot. So we were doing about like 3 intervals, like top 3, then your top 6 and then your top 9. You're a great our fearless leader Aloha chimed in and said JJ is a great user and he should be high up.
Oh, there was some commish selling on JJ.
Then Shooter chimed in and he said something about JJ being a decent user. He said something about if Savage is 10, JJ has to be 11. I'm pretty sure that it was either Aloha or Shooter. But I mean, I didn't speak on really anybody that I didn't play. And so like I played A-Rod once. I think I had him pretty high originally. It came down because of that Broncos roster. I had a lot like Toucan. I put him at 6. Even a lot of people wanted to put you over Toucan because of your roster, but we went over him. We took him over you because
Toucan's a Hall of Famer, baby. You keep
skill.
him ahead of me.
Yeah. Fuck you, Jorge.
Definitely a skill. Dude's gonna fucking sweep me 2 times a year for fucking the next 9 seasons.
Maybe not year 1. I might give you one.
I'll tell you something. Darnell Washington, that guy's a beast in Madden. He's
sadly, I don't know who that is.
You'll find
you don't know
out.
who Darnell Washington is? Oh, you will find out.
I'm assuming he plays for Toucan.
Jorge,
Yes,
he's
he
a
does.
6'7" tight end, and then my backup's a 6'8" tight end.
Oh,
He
there
had,
we go.
and they're
there
fast.
We go.
And they're
There
fast.
we go. The
I
big,
traded for
fast
him,
tight end that can moss everybody. I see.
Yeah. And he actually goes up and gets that bad boy. So
I'm just gonna high point the whole time against Jorge.
All right.
Every pass.
Well, actually, that's actually good to know because I have the Steelers in the LP league. Oh,
Yes.
good to know.
yeah,
No one
so
asked you
really
for
good.
him? Like 6 people asked me for
No
that
one's
tight
asking
end.
for him in the LP league. No, not yet. Not
Holy
yet.
shit.
I traded for him in another league, and he just had a 8 catch, 157 yard game with 3 TDs. So he's a beast.
Good
I
to
love
know.
my tight ends. So you might want to double coverage him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to double cover and triple cover him. Make sure we keep everything all we have on him.
I'm just gonna run every time.
I'm gonna have to do now.
When naughty.
All right, so now, yeah, that's the other part too. Is can we stop the run? Can we stop the run? Which you never been able to, especially against Toucan. All right,
Toucan,
so
you can't stop the
next
run.
up is the boys created the boys, not me, MK, and the PR team, not involving Toucan, created a division winner prediction for each conference. So I'm going to reveal it, and then we're gonna break each one down. And
After
kinda
you
dive
reveal
into
it,
here, so
After
Go
you
ahead.
reveal this, can I get like a little disclaimer?
Oh god.
yeah,
To
absolutely.
not burn the PR team down. All right, okay. Let's roll.
All right. So MK's asking, do not burn the PR team down after this is shared.
I joined late, so I can't. This was done by the time I joined.
All right, so here you go. We have the NFC
right.
South being won by Roy, the North by King K. The East by Chase. The West by Water. The South by Jalen. The Bengals. The North. The East being won by the Patriots. And then the West being won by DK.
Yep.
Any shockers here? All right. I mean, what was the debate like for this?
So, all right, Toucan wasn't there. He was driving, and we kind of wanted to get the ball rolling on the committee. So, what's up, Marnie? So, we went through by this list. We started with the South, and we kind of locked up Roy because Roy, he's another type. He's devoted to win. I heard he gets a journal of everybody's play style. That might be a myth.
No, he does not.
That might be a myth.
He's got a notebook, I'm pretty sure, or a binder or something.
I love it. I love it. Hold on. I got to pause the show.
Pause show?
We have a special guest
Uh-oh.
that's joining the show. The man. The myth.
1 second.
The legend.
It's not working.
Replace the
He
PR
wasn't
team.
ready.
Hello.
Who is
Hello.
this?
Testing. Is my
So
shit broken?
I can hear you.
Who is this?
Can't
We
hear
can
crap.
hear you loud and
1
clear,
second.
sir.
Or Randy?
Yeah, we can hear you, Randy.
Oh, God, this guy.
Can't see those beautiful muscles though.
Oh,
You over there closing 500 tabs.
Hmm?
You hear him closing all the tabs?
That's you, MK.
He was just on.
There we
That's
go.
not me closing all them tabs. That's him.
There we go.
MK had to get off Bang Bros.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show.
Dude, I had to fix some stuff. Sorry about that, guys.
You're good.
All of
Oh, we lost him.
Lost you, Randy.
Sheesh. Look at this guy.
I can't unmute him, so. Oh, your mic's not connected. All right, so while Randy gets his shit together,
Okay.
you were talking about Roy having a journal and winning the
Yes.
NFC South.
Yep.
Now, go ahead.
Really, what I was trying to say is the Panthers team isn't that bad. They got DJ Chark. They got Marshall, Mingo, and Thielen's there if he doesn't get cut. And tight ends aren't too bad. I think a little youngish line. Roy could definitely run with that team. He already has somebody better than year one Carson Strong. But that's all. So
All right, so now we slide to the NFC North. We have King K slotted as the division winner here. Thoughts
It's a
here?
no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
yeah, I think the only thing this Viking user will be competing for is the number one pick, but that's pretty much all he's doing. The Bear squad, it's all right, but Shooter,
The user.
I don't think he's as good as Kincaid. Randy, I played Randy once and he ran from midget running back, so I just hate that guy. So he's not winning it. But
Randy.
Kincaid, no, you're good. Kincaid.
Randy's good if he is there. He's one of the users that he's like a top 15 user if he's actually like there. But if he's not, he just either tanks or misses game times, doesn't care, just rolls. But I was gonna play him once. Like he retired when I was gonna play him, and I was like, damn, I really wanted to play him because I was watching him play. I forget, he was playing someone else the week before. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a fun game. Oh, I did play him when he was the Bengals, and I was the Bills. I think he took it after, I'm pretty sure DK or whatever, and that was a really good game. So I think if Randy actually is there, he'll give King K a run for his money. But I still think it's a lock for King K, especially for however long we go. It's his division.
There are two versions of me. There's Monkey with the bass, and there is like YouTube level good. There is no in between.
Fucking out of nowhere.
Monkey with the base.
Yeah, that is your two options. I'm either like a
Welcome to
goddamn
the show,
wizard.
Randy.
I don't need welcoming. All I need is to find whoever leads that PR team and kill them. Fucking have me at
Whoa.
22.
Whoa,
The disrespect.
whoa.
Yo, you're at least. I wanted you above Toddy. I literally asked to have you one spot above Toddy.
I was so livid. I saw that and I was just like, whenever I saw Shooter above me, I was like, this is just a sham. This was a sham. or conspiracy theory, it was meant to be bad so that we actually stayed active in chat while we wait for this supposed update.
Patch.
Oh yeah,
Anywhere.
yeah. Aloha paid us, I think, what was it, 6 times the regular amount to make a horrified list, and it was to target Cozy. I'm glad that guy's always talking to me. In chat.
I didn't even get paid. I was driving.
Not yet.
Half the list was done. Half the list was driving when I was done.
Yeah, to be worse than Chase. What a lie.
Uh,
I don't think Chase has ever beaten me in a game of Madden. That's why I'm angry.
All right,
But,
sliding down to the NFC, it's an AFC South. I do want to finish out the division projected, allegedly, division winners. We got Jalen with the South. Is that just a runaway? Just because, it's Jalen and the Colts?
Nah. I think. Ooh, I had a blank for a second, and I was looking at the AFC South, North, East, and West, thinking that was one little one division. I was like, wait, Chargers and Steelers are in the same division? When did that happen?
the pre-workout's getting to his head.
Yeah,
He
I
called
don't
me-
remember that. Let me see. Okay,
Damn, he called me the Bills last podcast.
that's for like 3 or 4 times too. Like it just kept going.
It was consistent. We
Yeah.
didn't want to stop him at that point.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Jalen's winning that. Maybe like in a year or two when Prime has a real team, it'll be a fight. But until then,
Yeah, I can see that. I agree with Randy.
All right, AFC North, we have Toucan.
Toucan, yeah. So,
There you go.
Toucan actually wasn't here for this. It was kind of a little Jorge and the Speed Demon DBs and Crazy Bengals team beat Toucan and the consistently above 500 Steelers team, and I voted Toucan to win it, but I do have you making it definitely as a wild card, But we voted. I think Prime said you, but he was going strictly off the Bengals team, which is a
Well, and Prime and I have played against each other.
yeah. I think you got the fastest cornerback from the draft too on that team.
Listen, don't worry about our team. We're not very
That's-
good. We're just trying to make it day in and day out, and
The
we're just
Bengals
trying
aren't
to
that good.
show up and not get blown out, man.
No, they're a good team, especially
Yeah.
for
Just a
Madden.
terrible user. It's a fucking
Just
terrible user.
The
He kinda
user is
sucks.
a little outdated.
Very outdated. He doesn't have any fucking hair. He drinks bourbon while he plays games, and then he just fucking throws it up to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on high point passes. So
Yeah, when we play Jorge, I'm not playing at midnight. I just want to tell you,
neither am I. Neither am I, because that fucked me last time.
we better play anywhere from like 8 to 10:30.
I agree. The closer 8 o'clock, the better.
Even better for
Ideally, when
me.
your kids are running around and trying to do WWE moves.
So at 8 o'clock, when they're about to go to bed, they fight each other.
That's what just happened in my house at 9
Now,
o'clock.
now, do we think what is the most competitive division?
AFC
Uh,
West.
The
Toucan
NFC
and I may be
East.
a little biased.
the NFC East is the best.
I
'Cause
said
they
the
all
most
suck.
competitive.
Yeah,
the
most
most
competitive. They're all going to compete for last place. That's what I mean.
I think
Someone's gonna
Toddy
win the
gets that.
division, though.
I think Toddy. That's my only argument.
I think Toddy.
I think
Yeah,
Toddy.
Chase isn't winning that shit. Toddy.
Oh,
I guess-
I need my disclaimer.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Toucan, you're gonna love this. So, when we did this, we went through in this order, and we got to the NFC East, and we said, "Wow, we're gonna win this." And then we skipped it. I think originally it was chasing, Toddy up there, but we got to the end, and we're running out of time. We need to get going. I think it took like almost 30 minutes collectively just for this East division. So, I think Shooter shucked up Chase. It's like, I played Chase a couple times. I think, maybe. And the Prime's like, Chase can do it. And then we got through, and Toucan came, and I realized it's Chase. The first 2 years, he's competing for the number one pick in the draft. So knowing him, he's probably traded everybody that's over a 90 overall, anybody that has a dev from that Commanders team.
Okay.
So we tried to switch it, but it was too late. And Shudo just said, "Dude, y'all are so dumb." And him and Roy ended up getting in a decent debate about it.
It was me, Roy against shit in a debate.
Yeah, I just left because I was like, you know what? I was wrong. Shooter's wrong. I'm not going to argue a wrong point.
I have what would it be? I have inside information that
Oh boy,
that
Adam
Chase-
Shefty reporting
I
live.
have inside information that Chase picked the Commanders for the sole reason that he didn't want a full tank, that he wanted to actually try, and then like
Oh,
draft
actually,
and
listen.
trade.
Not only
Yeah.
inside information, the guy's saying it. I'm not tanking.
Yep.
He's going full
Whoa,
sweat.
whoa. I heard this, I want to say year 4 of
That being-
our last league, and then
No.
he lost like 4 games, and he's like, I'm tanking.
Yeah. Now that being said, he's still not going to win the division. Toddy all the way. I think he's going to throw. I think Chase is going to throw 4 interceptions a game and just rage and give up.
Look
The
at
toddler
Randy.
route.
Look at Randy sticking up for fucking Toddy.
It's going to
So-
snow.
I love
little
it.
summer.
I love it. Toddy's
Toddy's
gonna
gonna
fucking
win
hate it.
this division. Toddy's gonna go 6-10 and win the division the way God
Oh, boy.
intended.
So he disses him and praises him all in the same comment. Fucking love it. All right, continuing. So, what's the hardest division? I don't think we got to that point.
The real answer is the AFC West
Yes, it's the AFC.
AFC
That
West. That's
and
when we
then-
have DK,
and the
Aloha,
North.
Dark.
If DK doesn't retire year 1, that division's going to be sweat every year. You know, Chase will find some, Dark will find some cheese. You know, some, like some deep ball. That
Yeah,
he
so
can
some
jump
rule
up
we
and
don't have
get.
established yet for the league.
Yeah,
Some abilities that fucking pair up together and create some
Yeah.
dominant player that we don't have accounted for in the league yet.
Unfortunately, he
known
plays
for that.
Aloha twice. So
Yes,
that's not
he
going to
does.
end very well.
Yeah, Aloha will nuke him. Same thing with DK.
Ooh, Chase giving up more inside information. I may have demolished a team, but I'm still trying. AKA,
birds
back
chirped
to
about 2 of
someone
his.
said earlier, trade away all the good players, all
Yeah.
the devs, and load it up again with picks. All right,
The
and then we
birds
got
were chirping
Trey.
for 2 of his trades.
We got Trey winning the AFC East.
Nah, what the fuck?
Nah.
What?
Randy, look at that-
AJ.
AJ, I think this was done, but I can see why Trey. AJ, I can see him for year 1, and then it's Trey. AJ like disappears.
Yeah, but not
from
year
what I've
1.
seen.
I'm
This is year
telling
one.
you,
This is year 1 division.
this is year
winners.
1. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
this
is
is-
year 1.
I can see it. It's him or Trey, but I can see honestly still Trey though.
I always do this by I think about like my record against these people, and AJ is the only one that I like. But I don't think I've ever lost to Trey, but I have lost to AJ. So once again, I'm going off the fact that I think AJ actually is competent. No offense, Trey.
Are you calling Trey competent?
That's kind of what he
Incompetent.
said.
Incompetent.
Incompetent. Add the IN to the front.
Yeah.
Give the man his down respect like he deserves. All right, AFC West, we got DK. That's with Aloha.
Year
in
one.
there. Let's do a dark
Yeah.
in there.
Aloha's gonna
who's the other
need-
team?
A-Rod.
There you go, A-Rod.
Yeah, Aloha's gonna need a year or two to actually make the Raider teams like competitive. Dark's gonna try to run cheese, but DK will run anti-cheese.
The cheese
I can't-
versus the
I can't-
anti-cheese. That'll be
I
a
can't
smelly
wait.
situation, baby.
I can't wait to watch Dark and DK play in what's gonna be
Yes.
called the Mutt Bowl. So just picture
Game
the
of the
GIF.
week.
Picture the
Yes.
GIF of the black man behind the corner rubbing his hands together. That's me right now. Just, it's gonna be
Love
so
it.
good. I'm gonna see what they run, and then I'm gonna run it, and then Toddy's gonna ban it, as he always does. He doesn't care about anybody else, but once I run some shit, he's like, no.
Once Randy does it, we
no.
gotta fucking get rid of it immediately.
Yep. Dude, I in the secret elite gathering chats, I'm the one that posts all the YouTube videos like, hey, watch out guys, this looks bad. And then Toddy's like, why are you looking at these things? And it's like so that it doesn't happen in the league. Like that like if we don't look at it, it's going to happen.
Can you give us some insight, Randy?
Yeah, Randy. Get
Running
talk,
the ball.
talk.
running the ball is definitely a no-no.
Cheese,
Don't do it
of
this year.
course. Duquesne
Yeah.
can do it. Fine.
Let's see. I'm gonna go to YouTube right now. I also have a funny story after I find the. Also, anyone that runs Jets playbook on offense, I look at you and I judge. I judge
What?
heavy.
Is it gonna be Mutt style?
Yeah,
I'm looking
the
at you,
Jets
Jorge.
playbook is just. I know you're talking to me directly.
Yeah.
I know you're
Jorge-
talking to me directly.
Jorge and I labbed, and I was like, "Oh, the Jets playbook, huh? That's kind of good. Where'd you figure that out?"
And, I'm like,
And he
I
was
don't
like,
know,
"Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, yeah."
I
Like,
don't know. I just random. I hit square 34 times. I don't know what happened. All right, good
Yeah.
start. Go play.
no, but
Randy called me out.
it's
We were
the same.
laughing though, so.
Yeah. It's the same loop blitzes and stuff as last year for the most part. One thing I do like is that cover for palms and stuff actually breaks down this year. Like if you're not careful, you will get busted over top. Pause.
Bust.
No, I know what you mean. Last couple of Maddens, it was always cheese, especially in Mutt
Yep.
too. Go
Yep.
for bounces, cheese and Mutt.
Yeah, and then like loop blitzes out of 3 threes back. You know the normal things you'll see in the beginning of the year. The one thing I'm so grateful for is that everybody's running jets, so nobody has the bunch X nasty out of shotgun right now. Because whenever people figure out that the bunch X nasty shotgun formations are OP, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be I feel like that's the sleeping animal waiting to be opened.
Which is available in the Chiefs and Bucks playbook. By the way.
Yes, it is. Chiefs playbook's the best playbook, by the way.
It is.
If you have a quarterback for it, you
Yeah.
need a quarterback for
Yeah.
that Chiefs playbook.
I think was I playing you whenever I
Yes.
ran that, and I was like, this
Yes.
is awesome if I could actually throw a complete pass.
Yes, that was when you and I played. Yeah, the Packers.
Okay, now a quick story. So there was a small, this tiny uproar recently whenever I said we should regress running backs faster,
Oh my god.
and
Yeah, to
I
make
just
them
want
pair up like NFL, where
yeah,
they
and
really-
I'm
they-
just
they
gonna
go to- they-
say the first person that X'd it. You ready? The first person that X'd it was water.
Of course. Of course.
Do with that information as you will. I saw
Wait,
that and I was like, if he's gonna exit, it's proof that it should be done.
yeah, whenever you see Water MK or DK,
Yeah.
sorry, so the
Fucking-
first two to X something was like fucking they figured it out. Just like when
Yep.
short and elite was discussed to being banned.
yeah,
DK came out strong, fucking saying why it shouldn't be, why it's not
Yeah.
OP, and why it shouldn't be
And
banned.
then- and then Aloha bullied me in suggestions, knowing that I couldn't respond to it because I have
So
an
go to
hour
sleep.
wait time. Go to sleep, little bro. And I'm like, dude, it's an actual good suggestion. We all
So
do
we-
this thing where we think we talk about being sim, and then we let our running backs go to 32 years old at 99 overall.
without regression, without any
Yeah.
slowdowns, nothing.
Yeah.
But yet in the NFL, everybody's making over 28 years
Yeah.
old.
Yep.
They're getting released. Look at Dow. Look at Cook.
I would have
Yep.
20,000 rushing yards with James Cook last
Yeah,
Madden
stop.
before the age of 30.
Stop it. All right. So real quick, one of the things Aloha asked me to do for the podcast,
Oh,
and we have 2 members, actually 3, including myself, of the LP League, and the viewers that are on. What's some of the feedback? The gameplay? Do we like it? Do we not like it? Just overall. I know Legacy's kicking off soon, so I think they're trying to get some feedback for some
Okay.
folks, to tweak some stuff for the main league. What feedback or what commentary do we have?
I feel like so for me, I'm 1-1. I have a loss to AJ and I beat Savage. I would recommend going watch my second game if you want to just have like comedy, peak comedy. It was I was down. I was losing to AJ like 24-3 at half. It was just
Damn.
disgusting. I had a user pick that didn't get picked, and I had a deep post that they dropped on a rat catch. Crystal Lave dropped it. So what I've noticed is that passing is just like dead. Like it
do
feels.
what?
Oh, it like
My fault.
all good. Like like I'm not sure if it's because Derek Carr is trash, because Derek Carr is trash, but
So
I don't think
from what I've read is in sim leagues, the ratings of the players does carry much more weight on a player than in comp. So when you play you'll notice a very significant area. If you play head to head or mud or anything like that, and then you play sim, it's a big difference.
yeah, it might be what it is. Because like I do not think I have had both games combined. I have not had over 50% passing.
Damn.
Like they're just like he's just not completing anything.
See, I'm a little
I
different
counted
in that because when I played the 49ers last week with Pickett,
Yeah.
and now again, I don't have the playbook that I used was actually the Broncos playbook, and it's a shorter, intermediate kind of
Yep.
shorter passing game type of game, and Pickett played great. I mean, we won the game 31-0. And Pickett played well, but guys were open, bootlegs, waggles, short passes, slants, flat routes, out routes,
Randy,
routes.
it's the old Saints. It's the old Saints playbook, is what it
Yeah,
seems
Sean
like.
Payton, which is kind of why I
Mhm.
picked it. It was the old Saints playbook, and so I knew it, and I knew I had a lot of shorter stuff, intermediate short post, nothing crazy, and I felt great, but I knew I picked a playbook that fit my quarterback.
Yeah, and I'm running for reference. I'm running 49ers offense, so it's all like mid intermediate. Like there's no deep.
Yeah, you're right. You should have had similar success in.
And I counted the first game against so the second game was mostly me. I was kind of goofing off, but it still should have been higher than what it was. But the first game against Savage, out of 21 passes, I had 9 accurate. I counted. I legitimately counted. I was like, I felt bad because I ran the ball like 40% of the time, and I felt dirty. But I was like, I physically can't throw the ball right now.
Right, only way to move the ball was to run it.
Yeah, I just can't throw an accurate pass. And then there was one with AJ. In the second quarter, I had a corner route where he was just sitting on the sideline, and I threw it straight at him, and it went like into the end zone, not into the sideline, like over his head. And then he did the same exact play with Bryce Young and completed it. And I was like, I don't know if there's an accuracy thing or if it's just luck based at this point, but it feels like accuracy is just a myth. Like it's random.
So what I've realized is I probably haven't played as many games as y'all, but the meter affects your throw so much now. It's kind of like a 2K jump shot now. Like it's mind blowing. You can, even if they're wide open, you're in practice with no defense, the dude will miss the throw by 1.5 miles if the meter's not, good or great, or what they say is quote unquote perfect accuracy. But also it's like the AI just sucks. Like the wide receivers, they'll bump somebody and start running around like toddlers on the field. I had a slant, and dude bumped the defender and started running back at me.
Yes.
But my own wide receiver was going to sack my quarterback. Scared.
Yeah.
But
I
also
had the same thing.
Yeah, like deep ends, like them running up like a high deep end, and they stop right behind the linebacker as you're about to throw the ball to him. It's like, and then it just sucks. But what I was reading is like the meter just matters. It's like a 2K meter, like a NBA 2K meter now.
I switched to classic, and it's just as bad. Like I went because I was like maybe it's just the pass lead plus accuracy or whatever.
So I'll actually chime in on that. So there's three. There's 3 different
styles,
right? Classic, placement, and accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a quarterback that's like a Mahomes, you only need to use placement because it bases the accuracy based off the ratings of the player. If you pick placement and accuracy, it actually allows you to kind of override the accuracy of your quarterback because you can pick and choose where the ball is going to drop. So if you have a lower overall quarterback that has lower accuracy ratings, that's kind of a way to get around it. But you get the throw under pressure, the oblivious to the the pocket presence stuff. All that stuff it also plays a major role
Yeah.
in
Uh,
the throw.
yeah. I was thinking the same thing at first, but with Jordan Love, I was throwing like leading and everything, and like I would pass lead say like up and to the left for a crossing route across the field, and he would throw down and to the left. Like once again it just feels random. It feels like there's a less than 0% chance every play that no matter where you aim that pass, it's still gonna be inaccurate. And it wasn't like orange inaccurate. It was still like green out of reach, inaccurate, or green great accuracy out of reach is what it said, and then it was a
Yeah.
pick. And it's like I wouldn't if it was orange and said inaccurate, I wouldn't be mad. But it's saying that should have been a completed pass, but we decided not to.
Now, here's a question, I guess, is that I'd like to find out from guys that have a top tier quarterback. Because the one thing that all of us that are talking about have in common is we have a quarterback that's not very good.
Yeah.
From a Madden perspective. Like the guys that have the Mahomes, the Josh Herberts, the Josh Allens, the Aaron Rodgers.
You got Joe Burrow.
No, well, I haven't played with Joe Burrow in a sim league.
He's
Alright.
played
Yeah,
with,
because we're only head to head.
Pickett.
I played
Right.
I played with Pickett in the LP league. That's sim. I haven't played in a sim league with the Bengals yet.
Yeah.
To see how it affects. Because from what I've understood is in comp, the ratings matter almost not at all. It's strictly user based, so it creates more parity within the teams, and they're all pretty much the same, even though the overalls are different. But it's more user based than it is anything else. So I wonder how. So if your legacy, how do you adjust to that?
Everybody gets
Oh,
X
so
Factor
here you go.
QBs.
There you go. So Chase chimed in here, so it's good. I appreciate it, Chase. So Chase had an X Factor quarterback in an offline league that I'm assuming for purpose intended was a sim,
Yeah.
and he said he noticed a significant improvement,
But
but still had piss poor throws a fair amount. Now, Chase, if you can comment, was that a higher, lower overall? I know he's X Factor, but what was his overall
It's probably Josh Allen.
when you were kind of playing with him? Because that'd be interesting. Because again, if you're legacy, if you're Aloha, Toddy and Roy, how do you kind of fix for that?
I think devs matter too a lot, like actual accuracy devs. Like I'm never good with names of them, but like the long range dead eye.
Yeah, the inside dead eye, the
Yeah.
sideline, the lob stuff, the pass
They matter.
elite.
But I will add, sim definitely feels a lot different than comp, even more. This just because I have Max Duggan in another league, and he hits everything in his comp. I feel like I had Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. He hits everything. Like he throws on a run, throws it 70 yards, but then you got to do it in a sim. He eats dirt. And
And
it's
that's kind of the
definitely a
intended
difference.
purpose of it, right? Is to
Yeah,
make sure
it is. It is.
So Chase, kind of jumped in and said he boosted him up to 99 everything to see what it was like. Now, Chase, the only thing I'll add to that is what are his actual quarterback traits? His pocket sense, is he oblivious? Is he this, this, that, and the other? I think that may also kind of play a role. But again, this 99 overall still should kind of overcome some of those traits.
And the one good thing I think it's gonna be fixed in the update, because we all know the rule. If Mutt is complaining about it, then it will be fixed.
It'll be fixed.
But
That's
Mutt's
the
comp.
maker.
But Mutt's comp. So Mutt
But the people
seeing some
the
of these
people in
issues.
Mutt are still complaining.
Okay.
As
Yeah.
someone that
There you
watches
go.
that shit, they are still complaining.
Are you
As
saying
an
you want
active-
Mutt to get
I
to
do.
get plays?
I'm saying that if you're gonna have to beat the best, if there's a meta, there's only one place to find meta
There's
busters.
Mutt.
Yep.
So
I've always admitted that I was a Mutt watcher.
So he can confirm nor deny the allegations against him.
Yep.
Any update? When the update would be here? Anyone
No,
know?
It's usually the week of the 1st official NFL game, they update rosters and they do a title update usually within back-to-back days.
So when
And the
is that?
roster update
2
was
weeks?
yesterday. The first roster update was yesterday.
So usually a title update comes within a few days after that.
Yeah, so it should be soon.
Sometime over the weekend, probably. Fucking with our luck, it'll be,
Fucking-
Sunday night at fucking 8:00 at night. They'll do a
Yeah.
title update, shut it all down.
Hopefully,
They
it
don't
takes
make
a
those
while.
guys. They only work on like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Oh yeah, so there you go. Monday night they'll shut it down.
Yeah. There was a rumor that it was supposed to come out like last night or the night before.
I heard. I read the same thing. That it was supposed to come out last night. Since they're trying to make this the best Madden ever because they're losing people left and right. I don't know. You'll see more updates a little quicker this year.
Bring back ESPN football. My
Yeah, right.
crib.
I'm just ready for 2K to get a shot.
I think EA's problem is they haven't had a competitor so long, so their game just is staying consistently trash because who's going to take their spot? Who's going to take their spot? Now EA's coming out with something. Now they're, people are finally realizing this game sucks. If EA can make a game better, 2K can make a game better, then let's just go 2K NFL, which that's probably what will happen for like a year or two. And then 2K will probably go to crap.
I'm just so there. On that note, they've said that NCAA is supposed to come out next summer, and they're supposed to be using a whole new engine for it. And the idea is that because they can't stop milking Madden, right? Because it's the only one, so they can't change the engine if they're still looking to make a new Madden every year to milk the Madden beast. So they're just going to use NCAA as their lab rat, and then they're going to just switch it over if it turns out good.
There you go, guys. You heard from Randy first.
That's just from the streets, word around the streets.
I mean,
Nice.
how much? Oh, my fault. You go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You're good, MK.
How much money would EA lose compared to how much they gain if they took a year break? So say 24 is they don't
Billions
release
of
Madden-
dollars.
Yep.
They don't release a Madden 25 because technically they already have a Madden 25.
Someone
And they
will
take that
release
year- Yeah.
Someone will release a piece of shit subversion of it,
Yeah.
and will steal 2/3 of their fucking client base.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say is if they, kept updating the roster, so even through the
No,
offseason,
doesn't matter.
even through all
No.
that, and they took that year to take a break and actually make the systems.
They'll lose a
Yeah,
shitload of people.
Them gold
All
sucker and
technically.
fucking.
No,
They will never.
listen. What they need to do, or what they should do, and they probably what they do. They're already working on 24.
You said doo doo.
Yeah, do I know. Sorry, double negative. They're already working on Madden 24. This releases out. They have certain folks that work on the update and title updates and the other, but there's a whole other crew that's already working on 24. They don't start working on 24 in fucking January.
Yeah, that shit's already. As soon as they drop it, it's like, okay, next game.
It's
to
next
make a shit one.
project. We're moving on.
Yeah, and then they have a little monkey. The monkey with the base comes back, and that's the
Yep.
guy that updates this Madden.
Yep. All right. So with that being said, fellas, we're at an hour and 10 minutes of the pod. As always, I always give you guys each individually your own time to address the league, talk your shit. We will start with our guest, the latecomer Randy. You're gonna get first.
Why am I the
dibs.
guest? I've been here like every time.
General's usually here a lot, and so is MK. And you were late.
Yeah.
And you relate.
So, hold on. You get first. You get full screen, baby.
I'm thinking.
So,
I'm thinking.
So we'll go Randy, MK, General, and then I'll close it out. So with that being said, everybody else is off screen, and Randy, the floor is all yours.
1 second. I gotta find the little legacy news thing. I'm definitely not the 20. I'm definitely better than 24th user, but at least I'm better than Toddy still. Okay, I'm done.
Just hype for Madden. I think people are taking these rankings a little wild, but it's hard to make 32 people happy about where they're being put on a fake game, virtual football game, and you got a 33rd that loves to complain.
But let's just get ready for our 24.
I'm the reason why Randy is ranked higher than Toddy, and Jorge will be my son this upcoming season.
All right, guys. So there you have it. I'm not going to reply back to that toucan comment because we'll see. Other than that, guys, appreciate you. Another podcast. Until next time, we'll see you again. Good luck. Have fun. Schedule games at LP League. Get the shit done. Legacy's on around the corner. Let's fucking go.